Hey, Centerville, Iowa, the Hey Centerville show. We're back after a few weeks break here. I think we, what was the last show we did? I don't even remember, but Jeff and I did do a show at some point. Haunted History Tour. Very excited once again this year. Now I'm curious as to, my question is, who's playing who, or is that a big secret?
No, it's not a big secret. I don't have my list with me, so I'll do this from my memory here. We have, first up is going to be Emphas McMurray, highlight of the night.
Of course.
And she will be talking about Johnny Talbot. And he recently passed away. He's probably the most recent person we've ever done. But he has a great story he was in World War II, and he ended up, his plane went down into the water, and he survived in the water I'm not sure if it was on a raft, but the raft wasn't working right, and he had to keep blowing it up. And it's an amazing story. I don't know all the details myself, so I don't want to tell it incorrectly. Right. And so that's going to be a wonderful stop there. Former band director John Holman will be talking about former, I believe, principal, maybe no, I don't think superintendent of schools. I think Principal Paul Johnson, who Paul Johnson Field is named for. Okay. And then we'll be moving over to a little ways to Miles Bateman, and I know people haven't really heard of him, but he was the head of the Hercules Stump Puller factory manufacturing, along with B.A. Fuller, but the grave that we'll visit is Miles Bateman. Okay. And there'll be more to know about that later. And then Bill Maloney will be talking about his great-grandfather, Gus Mullaney, who, if you've been to the new Morgan's Ice Cream Shop, you'll see pictures of Gus Mullaney's Ice Cream Shop up on the wall, and a picture of Gus Mullaney's truck delivering ice cream.
Where was that shop?
It was where Mullaney's law office is now.
Oh.
So they've kept that building in their family all that time. And they've had some other buildings, I think, over closer to the Ritz as well. But the ice cream shop was there where the law office is. Okay. And then we'll go on up the hill a little bit and visit. It's the grave of Ira Perdue, but we will be talking about A.J. Perdue, his father, who isn't buried there, but the cemetery where he is very remote and not accessible anymore. But his father was the first sheriff of Appaloosa County. Oh, wow. So that one will be pretty interesting. And then Tyler Morgan will be talking, I almost forgot to say who was portraying or talking about A.J. Perdue will be Sheriff Gary Anderson. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm trying to get appropriate, people in each spot. So, and then Tyler Morgan will be talking about his name. He was known by the name Jack Jones. Most people remember him way back, probably my parents' time. He had a little popcorn stand on the street next to Ben Franklin's. Okay. And then in my era, he had sold it to Isol Bryant, who had a popcorn stand there. But this fella had the first one. And he also was a member of the pit orchestra at the Majestic when they had that kind of music. And I think he might have even been an instructor at the high school. So then we will move on down the hill a little bit to what I think might be the highlight of the evening, Richard Talbot, who is new to the area, but he was from this area and moved away for a long time. He will be portraying Horace Payton, who was America's Best Bad Actor, and he's a theater owner, a very famous person, but he died a pauper and was shipped back to Centerville to be buried. But Richard is he's I think was a theater major at Drake University, and that's kind of his main thing, is that he would like to start a community theater here in Centerville. So what a great thing that would be if we could get that going. So, but he will be doing Horace Payton. And then Debbie Robinson, one of our board members here, great actress, will be doing Daisy Duckworth. which is a funny name, but she was quite the socialite here in Centerville, and was in lots of different organizations and things, so she'll tell more about her. And then we'll have like a brief stop, and I haven't, either I will talk about this person, or I don't have this person nailed down, so I can't say that somebody else will do it, but B.S. Staley, he built several of the big buildings here in Avenues County, in Centerville mainly, so I gotta do a little more research. We just discovered him yesterday, so I don't have him completely pinned down, so it might be a shorter one, just kind of an afterthought. Ooh, he's here, we need to talk about him. And that will, we've shortened it a little bit, because it seems like, I asked all of the speakers to speak for about 8 minutes, but they, not every time do they go over, but a lot of times they go over and it gets a little too long. So we shortened it by 2 graves rather than, hammering on the reenactors for talking to people.
Right. So how many altogether are there?
So altogether there are 8 full stops, and then this 9th one will probably be a brief.
And what do you think that the time of the tour would?
Usually it should take about an hour and a half,
Okay.
but sometimes it's stretched into 2 hours and people just get tired. It's cold.
Right.
Dress warmly for sure.
Yeah, I remember too, if you would have saw me last year, I think Chris Kessner took a picture of me last year, freezing my butt off.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. You need good walking shoes, because there's a lot of, the rocks on the streets are kind of big, and so, I don't want anybody to get hurt. And dress warmly. If it's raining, we'll just cancel it, because it's just not possible.
Right.
And if we push it off into the following weekend, the whole Halloween thing is what
kind of
drives people here. And because we've done this tour, we did it one time in June, and only 12 people came. And so if you make it at night around Halloween and put luminaries out, then we have a nice crowd.
Right.
So
the daytime, this is the 26th?
yes, it's this Saturday.
The daytime starts at 3?
Yes, the daytime tour starts at 3, and that's for people that are a little afraid to go out to the cemetery at night. Or, there are a few people that,
I hear you.
and some people just aren't as sure-footed.
Or have plans.
Right, or have plans at night, they don't want to miss it. Yep, so there's 2 opportunities.
And the nighttime is at?
The nighttime one starts at 6:30, which is just right at sunset.
Okay.
So and it's beautiful. It's usually so pretty.
Right.
At night, so. But that's kind of an overview of how it'll be, and then, the other thing I need to mention is that this year, everyone needs to drive up to the farthest east entrance to the cemetery and park east of the bridge, because there's a little bridge, and you need to park on the east of the bridge, and then you enter the tour through the bridge. All of the other entrances will be blocked off, so nobody can drive in there to park or to walk or anything. So you need to come in, you need to be on the east side to come in through the bridge.
Excellent. Trivia night's coming up.
Yeah, yes, we're really excited about this. Is our second one.
Yeah, the first one did fantastic, right?
Oh my gosh, the first one in April, we didn't even advertise it. We have 16 tables of up to 10 people, 8 to 10 people each. And before we ever had a chance to advertise it, the tables were full. So advertising it would have not been a good thing, because people would have been upset that they couldn't get in. There were people upset that they couldn't get in, but we only have room for 16 tables, and so we can't really do anything more about that. And at this point in time, I've put up some posters around, but we have 2 tables left, and it's still about,
Only 2 tables, so that's only 20.
That's only 20 more people, which is, and people, the team captains call us and say reserve us a table, so they go 10 at a time.
Right.
So.
So get your teams together, only 2 tables left, and this is happening in November, is that correct?
November 9th, Saturday, November 9th. It's $150 per team, which basically is $15 per person. and each of the team members pay their captain, and then the captains pay us, so
Right.
we're only dealing with 16 people.
And what is what's the grand prize?
Well, at the end of the night, the grand prize is $150 for the winning team and $75 for the second place team. And then they share that amongst their members, and basically it's their admission that they get.
Right, let's take it back.
And but it's so much fun. It was a win-win-win all the way around. Last time we did it, we made about $2,000 for the Historical Society. The Majestic made a great take at their bar, and that's why they allowed us to use their
Right.
facility, but they got to sell the beverages. So
Right.
there are no beverages allowed to be brought in, but you can bring in food,
Right.
you can bring in all the snacks you want, have a party at your table. It's, the people have so much fun just making their own little party within a bigger party.
Right.
And then the third win were the people that were there. I've never had so many people come up to me later and say, "This was fantastic, you have to do this again." And that's why we're doing it again within the same year, because we did it in April, and so we're doing it in November, and we will continue to have them twice a year.
Twice a year.
As long as, because it feels like, the other one feels like it was so long ago that.
It does. Well, April was
yeah.
a long time ago. It was
Yeah.
a lifetime ago to me.
Yeah, it feels like a long time ago, so, we don't want to overwhelm people with them, we're never going to have them every month or anything like that, but they had so much fun, and I was just thrilled, because I love to watch people have such a good time. There just wasn't, there wasn't anything bad about it that I know of, and that was our first one. None of us had ever been to one before, so it was, we kind of micromanaged it, trying to get it right without any experience, and I think we did okay.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was really fun.
That is
so.
awesome. Anything you want to add?
No, we've had a great year here at the museum. We've had, our new book came out in June.
Right.
And if anybody doesn't have one yet, they will make fabulous Christmas presents for people that already have everything,
For the person that has it all.
yeah, especially for people that grew up here, it's so
Right.
hard for me to buy stuff for my parents, because they already have whatever they want, and if they
Yeah.
need something or want something, they go and buy it for themselves.
Right.
And, buying tchotchke stuff is just, it's nice to have the option to get something that they'll really enjoy, that they've never seen before, and so they make great presents, so. And we are open after this week, maybe after next week, we go to our winter hours, which will be Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4. And so this is the last 2 weeks of our full Monday through Friday, 1 to 5 time frame. But if anybody ever wants in here, all they have to do is call me, and I'll get them in here whatever time they want.
Excellent. All right, Haunted History Tour this Saturday, the 26th, 3 o'clock, daylight hours, and 6:30 starts the nighttime
Right.
tour.
Right.
It sounds like an awesome tour this year, so I'm pretty excited to be out there and check it out.
Great.
And don't forget, if you want to get in on trivia night in November, give Lisa Eddy a call, give her an email, Facebook her, whatever is easiest for you.
2 teams left.
Excellent. Centerville, we'll see you soon on the Hey Centerville Show. Take care.